All right, just back from Madison Square Garden, where the New York Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs in what was the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. The Knicks, they were down 27 points at halftime. They were down 29 points early in the third quarter. They were down 20 points with 9.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, and they come back and find a way to win. OG Anunoby with maybe the greatest shot that you've seen at NBA Finals in a long time. Certainly the greatest shot that I've seen since Ray Allen made that corner three-pointer in the 2013 NBA Finals. A one-handed tip-in with less than 2 seconds left to secure the win for the Knicks. So let's unpack some of the takeaways from this game. In the first half, the Knicks, they just looked completely lifeless. They were preoccupied with the refereeing. They were preoccupied, it seemed, by wanting to get retribution against Wembanyama for the foul he had against Jalen Brunson, the one that wasn't called in Game 3. You had Mitchell Robinson dropping him with kind of a forearm shiver. You had Jose Alvarado picking him up and throwing him to the ground in the second quarter. Everything was working for the Spurs. Nothing was working for the Knicks. And it just seemed like this San Antonio team had found its rhythm and was going to go on to have its first big win of this series. In the locker room at halftime, I thought it was notable that Mike Brown said he did not show the team any of the film. He just let them talk amongst themselves. And a few guys spoke up. Karl Anthony Towns said that he talked to the team about how they had come back from big deficits before, most notably in the second round against Boston last year when they came back from big deficits in the first two games of that series to win. Alvarado spoke up, Anunoby spoke up, and they exited the locker room. It felt like with the right mindset, just wanted to chip away and get that lead down to 15, 16, 17 points before the end of the third quarter. It helped in the third quarter that the Spurs played perhaps the worst quarter of basketball that I've seen any team play this postseason. They were sharp in the first two quarters. In the third, they let go of the rope. They just didn't know how to play with that same intensity. They were 2 of 12 from three-point range in the third quarter. They were shooting way too many threes. Wembanyama had 2 threes on one possession. It just seemed like they got away from that aggressiveness, that focus that made them so effective in the first couple of quarters of this game. They shot 20% overall from the floor in that third quarter, allowed the Knicks to outscore them 26-14 in that period. So they at least opened the door for the Knicks to come back with that tough third quarter. But they were still up 15 going into the fourth. They were still up 20 with 9.5 minutes to play, but they just let Brunson keep getting off. They let Anunoby keep making shots. And the big, outside the box move was from Mike Brown sticking with Jose Alvarado. Jose Alvarado had played like 6 minutes going into the fourth quarter, had not scored. He goes in the fourth quarter, plays 9 minutes. He scores 11 points, or 8 points, I should say. He was a plus 17 overall in that quarter. He got to the paint. He drove and kick. He scored. Just a huge energizer for the Knicks in the fourth quarter of this game and allowed them to set up those final couple of possessions. For San Antonio, one of the plays, one of the sequences that is going to haunt this team for maybe a generation if they don't wind up coming back to win this series. 13 seconds left. De'Aaron Fox gets the ball in the Spurs front court with a half-open path to the rim. The Spurs are up 1 at this point. Fox has the ball, and the right decision would have been to dribble the ball out and force the Knicks to foul him. Fox is an excellent free throw shooter. He had been having a pretty good game up until that point. He should have dribbled the ball out. Instead, he went to the basket, tried to get off a layup, and it was blocked by Anunoby. That was a huge play in this game and a huge blunder by the Spurs in not dribbling the ball out, forcing the Knicks to foul, taking some more time off the clock. That set up the opportunity for the Knicks to have that final possession. Jalen Brunson got the ball, quickly double-teamed, and Anunoby, he made the right call. Before the game, Mike Brown said that he told Anunoby they need him to be big on the offensive glass. And what does he do in that final possession? He crashes the offensive glass, comes up with a huge rebound, and just redirects the shot well enough to get it in with under 2 seconds left. I mean, OG Anunoby, he's got a championship. Back in 2019, he was a bench player with Toronto, kind of learning from Kawhi Leonard. Right now, Anunoby is the Knicks' Kawhi Leonard. He's a defensive stopper. He's a physical guy. He's a three-point shot maker, and he's clutch in the key moments. And he was again in this game 4 to give the Knicks a 3-1 lead. We've seen the Spurs be resilient in the past. This is a tough one for them to bounce back from. Having a lead that size, blowing it in the way that they did. Yes, they're going back home for Game 5, but there's going to be a strong contingent of New Yorkers, no doubt, that's in Frost Bank Center for Game 5. And I'm not sure how the Spurs can bounce back from it. Like I said, they have been resilient. They have shown fortitude. They came back from 3-2 down to beat Oklahoma City in the conference finals. But this feels like a completely different animal. They just look deflated at the podiums late Wednesday night. And it's going to be tough for this team to bounce back from it. The Knicks, all the momentum in the world right now. Asking around certain people, this felt like the greatest game maybe in New York sports history. You can go back to the 86 World Series, the Bill Buckner game, David Tyree catching the ball off his helmet against the Patriots in 08. This felt just as big. Being down 27 at halftime, 20 late in the fourth, and still coming back to win. This is the stuff that legends are made of in New York. And the Knicks, they did it on Wednesday night. Just an incredible, incredible game. Incredible performances by Anunoby, by Brunson, by Alvarado. And the Knicks are one win closer to ending this 53-year drought.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.